August 13th. 4 days after the oath, I received a black box through the mail. Inside was a black bow and a VHS tape. I don't know why, but this tape made me feel a little more nervous than the others. It's probably because I'm now on the inside, in their world. I'm not a full member yet, but to some degree, I am part of the Eye. Their property, I suppose. I guess that's fair. I did take their oath after all.
Hello, Carl. In a few days, you will be taking your next step toward a higher calling. You will be one step closer to the Eye. In 4 days, we will come and escort you to the Great Fire. Along with this tape, you should have also found a black bow. Place it on your sacrifice. Again, be sure that it is worthy of the Eye, or it will be you in the fire.
The Eye is definitely quick with their threats. I placed the bow on a small hunting knife given to me by my father. It was the last thing he ever gave me. I keep it next to a photo of him in my bedroom. Yeah, I have many photos of Dad with the family or by myself, but it's my only picture with him and me. I couldn't be over 10 in the picture. We were at the beach. I'm wearing the biggest smile, and while he is also smiling, there seems to be a hint of sadness to him, almost like he knows that he'll be gone in a few days, found dead in his office. I was the one who found him. It was after school, and Mom was working at the hospital. We always did pizza when she had evening shifts, so I was excited when I got off the bus. I can still see the bullet wound on the right side of his face. I always thought that was strange since he was left-handed. He didn't leave a note either, or at least that's what we thought. It wasn't until Mom passed when I was cleaning out old things that I found what I thought was never written. It was folded in a book of fairy tales that he used to read to me at bedtime. The letter was addressed to me and dated March 1974. The month he died. It read, "Carl, my boy, I don't know when you might find this note. You may never see it, and maybe that might be for the better. But I feel compelled to explain what will most likely come to pass. I will be found dead. How it will happen, I'm not sure. That is for them to decide. I've made a deal with very bad people, a group that call themselves the Eye. I thought helping them would help us all, but I see now they are evil and corrupt. And if I stay with them, they will corrupt you and your mother as well. So I've decided to expose them. If I am successful, you will never see this letter. If not, you might. I pray for the former, but fear the latter. Know that I love you, always. Your father, Walter Lane." There you have it, Chris. Now you know who I really am. Carl Lane. Not that the name should mean anything. My father wasn't famous. He was a manager in a finance company. My dad had notes hidden through his library. I didn't get the full picture, but I was able to piece together enough to get me started. Started on a journey that would lead me to discover my father's murderers. Now I'm one of them. I wonder if my dad would be ashamed. No, I'm not one of them. I'm the poison pill they don't know they've already swallowed. But that's why I changed my name to Summers. Created a fake identity. I obviously couldn't take the chance that they would recognize Lane. And I doubt they'll connect me to him. Enough time has passed. I am banking that they've forgotten about him. too arrogant to recall a life they snuffed out 20 years ago. I don't remember when the eye came for me. I was watching television alone in my home. The doors were locked. I know. I double-checked. Several of them found their way into my living room. Before I questioned their abrupt appearance, everything went black. I woke up in a vast field. It seemed like a different part of Louisiana, somewhere far from Kate's Crossing. Again, we had masks on and were told not to remove them under the penalty of death. We were escorted to a large pit. In it was the hottest fire I have ever felt. It was like staring down a hole straight to hell. We were surrounded by hundreds of members of the Eye. They were spectators to this ceremony. Each of our gifts were laid out in front of us, wearing their black bows. A woman in a golden one-eyed mask asked each of us to describe our gift and toss it into the fire. I was first. I told them it was the last gift my father was able to give to me. It was hard, but I did as told and gave it to the fire. A red flame popped up like hot grease from a pan. The spectators clapped in response, and I was asked to take a seat in front of them. The next guy had a watch. He said it was expensive and tossed it in. A black puff of smoke emerged from the flame as a response. The spectators started whispering. The woman shook her head and told him he was warned to take this seriously. Two large masked figures approached him from either side, grabbed him by the shoulders. He begged for a second chance. My instincts nudged at me to help him, but I know what these people are capable of. They slung him into the open flame. I could hear his screams as he fell through the fire. A red spark popped out after his screaming ceased. The spectators clapped. Fortunately, no one else's gift was rejected. After the last was offered to the fire, everything once again went black. I woke up in my living room with another tape sticking out of the VCR.
It is time to extinguish the flames of your former life. The water in our parish is very special. It is blessed with the blood of the Eye, but it unfortunately is diluted by the enemy. In 8 days, you will be brought to its most pure source, where you will allow the waters to nourish you. It will feed your body and your soul. With every drop, you will get closer to us, to the Eye. Afterwards, a piece of the Eye will grow inside you, develop, live with you, join with you, transform you into one of our many eyes. Do not fear this step. Embrace it. It is by far the most important, the most necessary. Welcome, my brother, to the Eye.